Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So I've made it back to the mirror chamber, and now that we have all of our pieces of the Mirror of Twilight, I say that we stop stalling and we see what it is the mirror hides. Some call our realm a world of shadows, but that makes it sound unpleasant. The twilight there holds a serene beauty. You have seen it yourself as the sun sets on this world. Bathed in that light, all people were pure and gentle. But things changed once that foul power pervaded the world. It was all our doing. We overestimated our abilities as sages and attempted to put an end to Ganondorf's evil magic. I hope you can find it in yourself to forgive our carelessness. Oh, Twilight Princess. What? So, you knew? As a ruler who fled her people, I'm hardly qualified to forgive you. It's a pretty big secret you got there, Midna. She wasn't always an imp after all. Oh, her smile creeps me out every time I see it. In our world, we've long believed that the hero would appear as a divine beast. That's why when I found you, I thought I could use you, Link. And I only cared about returning our world to normal. I didn't care what happened to the world of light. Not at all. But after witnessing the selfless lengths that Princess Zelda and you have gone to, your sacrifices, I now know in the bottom of my heart that I must save the world too. There is no other way. If we can just defeat Zant, the curse on me will dissolve and we may be able to revive Zelda. Let's go, Link, for Zelda, for all of this world. Let's go, Midna. Into the world of Twilight we go. Yeah, I told you guys the ending of this game gets really good. Alright, so we are now able to go into the world of Twilight itself. So let's see if we can't help Midna save her own world now. And this place looks quite a bit different from our normal world, but of course, like she said, we've already seen this. This place is the Palace of Twilight. So Midna's come back home to where she came from before. Uh, listen, Link, can I ask you one last selfless favor? Or selfish favor, rather. Regardless of what my reasons may have been, I once abandoned this world. I left behind the Twilight, those who had followed me, who considered me their ruler. Even now, as they remain here, suffering, they believe that help will come for this world. But if they were to see the only help for them was a hideous little imp, don't you think they'd feel let down? It's only for a little bit longer. Do you mind if I continue to hide as your shadow while you're in human form? I'm sorry. That's alright, Midna. I don't blame you. You're probably pretty ashamed. Wait! This guy isn't an enemy, Link. They might look different, but they're inhabitants of this world. They're my people. Sant, how could he? Yeah, these look really similar to those creatures that attack us when we're a wolf and we have to attack them all as a group, but yeah, these guys look pretty harmless. They're not attacking us, so that's definitely a good thing. Alright, so in the world of Twilight, obviously we have to be very careful of the Twilight itself. For example, if you try to walk into a place where it's black, like up here, you can see there's a big curtain of shadows, which obviously is ominous, and we are not going to be able to do anything in that area. So what we need to do is we just need to go where we can for now and continue on from there. So this place is very interesting feel. Love the music in this place. It's awesome. And this place is actually a dungeon sort of area. Temple, dungeon, you know, all that good stuff. It's a new area though, which is always exciting. And it's a really quite an interesting one because, you know, just as you thought like the world of Twilight had gone away, you hadn't seen it so long. Well, we haven't seen it in a really long time. It kind of sneaks up on you and makes its appearance, and it just really adds to the end of the game. And you know, I couldn't really be happier with how much effort they put into the ending of this game. It's just awesome. So, obviously, in the Twilight Palace, we are going to be looking for Zant. So anytime you see one of those floating Zant heads, you will want to destroy it immediately. Usually it's necessary because they usually drop these small keys which we need to advance on. I think there's chests behind both of these, but we can't do anything about that right now, which is a bummer. You also utilize the double claw shots in this temple quite a bit, so I recommend having them set to one of your buttons. But overall this place isn't overly difficult, but it does have some pretty interesting mechanics, as you will soon see. So, just as an example, you can see Zant, or the statue rather, has, you know, gone to that big open blackness. And if we try to walk in as human Link, what will happen is, of course, just like in the human world, human Link cannot go into Twilight. So, Link, be careful. This black fog is made up of shadows crystals created by Zant. They blot out light. He's responsible for stealing the light from the spirits and turning your world into Twilight. But he's not all-powerful. We're prepared too. I can return you to your normal state whenever you need me, so don't worry, okay? Thank you, Midna. I appreciate that. However, even if she can turn you back into a human, she cannot turn you back into a human in this black fog, so just keep that in mind. You can still attack the gigantic floating Zant head as a wolf, so you know, no need to worry there. Just go ahead and attack it and wait for it to disappear. Nothing really bad happens to you when you're, you know, in this black fog. You don't lose any health or anything. It's just a little more difficult to see. And if there are chests in the area, then you won't be able to pick them up because if you are a wolf, you'll actually just automatically transform into human Link to pick up any chests, as seen right there, so we might have to do some backtracking later. However, we are going to just kind of pick up whatever we can in this room while we're here. So there's another chest that materialized over here, which I would like to pick up. Ow! Stupid bugs. I hate bugs. They are so annoying. They just get in our way. So oddly enough, in this dungeon we get the compass first, instead of the dungeon map, which is a little odd, but that's okay. It's going to help us make sure we do not miss any treasures, which I am all for. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we're just going to walk through as Wolf Link, turn back into Human Link, and we're going to do a bunch of claw shot stuff. So there's a chest at the top of this area. The only reason I'm going to be collecting rupees in this final dungeon is not to like prolong it or anything, because I know I've done enough of that, but for the Cave of Ordeals later on in the game, I'll probably do it after we're finished here. I'm gonna want some rupees, so that's pretty much the only reason I'm gonna actually go ahead and I'm going to bother with some of the rupee collection in this dungeon, is just because I would like to have them if I need them. So if you'd like, you can come up here and you can collect this chest for 100 rupees. And we have a lot of wallet space, so that won't be a problem, storing that in our wallet. If I also pull up the map, you will see for a relatively small dungeon, there's only 4 floors, there are a lot of treasures in this place. I don't know why they, decided to stuff so many in here, but yeah, there's quite a lot of them, so. Ooh. That looks like light to me. That could be useful in the Twilight realm. Alright, so if you walk towards it, you're going to find out, of course, that we're not allowed to get to it yet. This kind of smells like a mini-boss of some sort. And you get this staticky kind of hologram of Zant. So obviously not the real Zant still. He's sending all his lackeys after us and, all that stuff. So we're gonna have to deal with all these guys first. And then you can also attack Zant before he summons another ball. If you give him enough time, he will summon another big ball of creatures. You'll have to defeat them, and then it takes you a little longer to defeat Zant. So what he's going to do is he's going to teleport around quite a bit. I find, like, as soon as you look at him, he will automatically teleport. And then you just kind of have to watch where he is, where he lands, when he starts to raise his arms up, and then you quickly dash towards him, and you try to stop him from attacking before he does attack. Now, where is he? He's over here. So this is insanely easy. He doesn't have any other attacks besides that. So, unfortunately, he blankets the area with darkness just to make our lives a little more difficult, because that's what bad guys do. Fortunately, we are going to have a solution for this problem. You can see this big ball of light here. That shining sphere illuminates this world. It's called a soul, like the sun. It's like the sun of your world, Link. The power of the soul is the source of life in this world. It's pure power. Ah, as long as you have this, would you take this soul to the Twilight at the entrance of this world? Please, Link? Alright, so we need this. I'm gonna knock it right out of this hand. You don't need it, right, buddy? Okay, thank you so much. I'll just be taking my soul, and I'll be going now? As part of which creeps me out. As soon as you take the soul from the hand is actually going to chase you, and it is going to attempt to get the soul back. It moves pretty slowly. You can slow it down by attacking it with arrows. You're going to need to keep a really close eye on the soul, and because it's being used to be put in place of things, you're going to have to use that in this area. You're going to have to use the soul to get through this temple, but you're also going to have to make sure that you keep it away from the hand. If the hand manages to get the soul back, all you have to do is use your claw shot to take it back out of its hand. And for some reason, I was practicing this earlier, and I just really was not doing a very satisfactory job at all. the hand just kept grabbing the soul and he would just not leave me alone, and it was really annoying actually. So I don't really know how well this is gonna go for me, honestly. I'll probably actually only record half of this temple tonight and do the other half tomorrow, which is really unusual for me. I don't usually do that. I usually do a temple all in one go, but for some reason I'm just really stinking at this temple today. As you can see, he just took off with the soul like a jerk. So all I have to do now is just attempt to claw shot it back, which is not always the easiest thing to do, especially when he is pulling crap like this. So if he manages to get through the portal, you do actually have to go all the way back and get it from the room you got it from originally, which is really annoying. And I think I'm going to have to do that because these enemies are not making it easy for me, and I definitely cannot reach it from here. So that is an example of how not to play this game, and I can already tell this is not going to go well for me. So if this happens, Midna will tell you that he took it. And you have to go back and start all over again. So that's alright. This video is getting a little bit long anyways. So what I'll do is I'll go back, I'll pick up my soul, and I will meet you guys back in this room. Again, really sorry about the absolutely terrible gameplay that's going on right now. I just kind of had a sinking feeling this was going to happen, but I stupidly decided to record anyways. So, hopefully next video I can maybe correct some of my crappy playing and we can make it a little more progress in the Palace of Twilight. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you next time.